The gaming world is packed with unforgettable experiences, but few titles stand out as true masterpieces. Today, we're diving into the absolute best of the best, games that have earned a perfect 10 out of 10 from players and critics alike. Whether you're into sprawling open worlds, intense storylines, or challenging combat, these are games that have set the bar, the ones that every gamer should experience at least once. This is Undercover Dudes, and these are the 20 perfect 10 out of 10 games that you need to play. Let's get straight into it. Starting out with The Last of Us, a game that became an instant classic for its groundbreaking storytelling, cinema presentation, and emotional depth. The game follows Joel and Ellie in a post-apocalyptic America, offering a mix of tense survival gameplay and gut-wrenching narrative. Critics and players alike praise it for its compelling characters and morally ambiguous storyline, cementing it as one of the best games of its generation, with many calling it a masterpiece in interactive storytelling. Often hailed as one of the best survival horror games ever made, Resident Evil 4 reinvented the franchise with its over-the-shoulder camera and action-packed gameplay. You play as Leon Kennedy, battling through hordes of enemies in rural Spain or trying to rescue the president's daughter. The game balances tension, horror, and action perfectly, creating some incredibly iconic gaming moments. Next is Metro Exodus, the third installment in the Metro series that takes players on a harrowing journey through post-apocalyptic Russia. Unlike its predecessors, Exodus mixes its traditional linear levels with large open sandbox areas, creating a captivating blend of exploration, survival, and narrative-driven action. Metro Exodus received high praise for its world building, emotional storytelling, and tense gameplay, making it one of the best shooters out there. Hideo Kojima's final entry in the Metal Gear series is simply an open-world stealth masterpiece. The Phantom Pain gives players an incredible amount of freedom in how they approach each mission, with complex systems that interact in unpredictable ways. The sandbox-style gameplay, combined with the high production value in cinematic storytelling, makes this game a 10 out of 10 experience for both stealth and action fans alike. Celeste is more than just a challenging platformer, it's an emotional story about perseverance. You guide Madeline as she climbs the titular mountain, overcoming both physical and emotional obstacles. In terms of the game itself, the game's pixel art style, tight controls, and tough but fair difficulty make it a standout in the platforming genre, not only for casual play but also for speedrunning. It's beautifully designed and every success feels hard-earned, making it a truly rewarding experience. Persona 5 stands out as one of the best JRPGs of all time. Released in 2016, it brings together a stylish blend of turn-based combat, life simulation, and engaging narrative. The game's art direction, soundtrack, and intricate character development are insane, and with a Metacritic score of 95 out of 100, Persona 5 has become a staple in modern RPGs, perfect for anyone who loves rich storytelling and deep tactical gameplay. Hades redefined the roguelite genre, blending addictive, fast-paced combat with a deep narrative that unfolds as you attempt to escape the underworld. You play as the son of Hades, battling through procedurally generated dungeons. The game's tight combat mechanics are definitely the standout here, with every run feeling fresh and rewarding, but with that said, the gorgeous art style is just the cherry on top. It's a roguelike that even if you're not a fan of the genre, you will absolutely love it, and this game has left a very permanent impact on the scene. Grand Theft Auto 5 broke records when it launched, and for good reason. Its massive open world, attention to detail, and gripping storylines made it a 10 out of 10 game for many. Rockstar's Crime Saga continues to be one of the most critically acclaimed and most played games in history years after its release, and the online component has only expanded its appeal. There's a reason why it's been released so many times onto different consoles, besides making them a lot of money, it's because it's truly a masterpiece of a game. Bloodborne is From Software's dark gothic masterpiece. Taking the formula established in Dark Souls, it delivers faster, more aggressive combat in a nightmarish, horrific world. You play as a hunter, fighting through grotesque enemies and uncovering a cryptic narrative filled with mystery. With its tense atmosphere, brutal difficulty, and rewarding combat, Bloodborne is a perfect 10 out of 10 for fans of challenging action RPGs. Undertale took the gaming world by storm when it was released in 2015, offering a hugely different take on traditional RPG mechanics. Created by Toby Fox, this indie gem introduces a combat system where you can choose non-violent resolutions for every enemy encounter. Its unique storytelling, memorable characters, and innovative mechanics made it stand out, and Undertale is really a must-play title for anyone who appreciates emotionally driven narratives and quirky, self-aware humor. Originally released on the PS2 and remade in stunning detail in 2018, Shadow of the Colossus is a breathtaking adventure that strips gaming down to its core. Players hunt and defeat 16 enormous colossi in a desolate world, with each encounter feeling like a mix of puzzle solving and combat. The minimalist storytelling and emotional weight behind each battle garnered praise from critics, earning the PS4 remake and the PS2 original insanely good reviews. Portal 2 is the perfect puzzle game, blending mind-bending mechanics with sharp writing and humor. The game introduces new puzzle elements like gels and lasers, expanding on the original game's concept of using puzzles to solve incredibly complex challenges. Gladys, the iconic antagonist, returns, with incredible sarcasm and making every interaction memorable. It's a smart, funny, and satisfying game that will test your brain power while keeping you very entertained. One of the best platformers of all time, Super Mario Odyssey takes everything we love about the Mario games in universe and elevates it to the next level. With its whimsical art style, tight controls, and inventive mechanics, it's a joy to play from start to finish. The introduction of Cappy, Mario's sentient hat, adds a new layer to the gameplay, allowing you to possess enemies and objects for creative platforming solutions. It's pure fun and a must-play for any platformer or Nintendo fan. Half-Life 2 is often regarded as one of the greatest first-person shooters ever made. Released in 2004, it brought revolutionary physics-based gameplay, storytelling, and immersive world-building to the genre, building upon the original Half-Life. You play as Gordon Freeman, battling alien forces and a tyrannical regime in a dystopian future. It's a seamless blend of action, puzzle solving, and narrative that set the standard for FPS games for years to come, and frankly still holds its own very well in 2024. Known for its punishing difficulty, Dark Souls has a reputation as one of the most challenging yet rewarding games ever made. Set in a decaying world, you navigate its labyrinth levels filled with terrifying enemies and cryptic lore. The game's intricate level design, atmospheric storytelling, and challenging combat make every victory feel earned. Dark Souls isn't just hard for the sake of it, it's a masterclass in creating tension and delivering a very satisfying challenge. Nintendo redefined the open world genre with Breath of the Wild. In this game, you play as Link, exploring a beautifully desolate world filled with mysteries, dungeons, and puzzles. The game's freedom is its biggest strength. Players can tackle objectives in any order, using creativity to find solutions to problems in ways that the developers may have never thought of. It's a genre-defining game for a reason. It set the standard for open-world exploration with its graphics, in-depth gameplay, world-building, soundtrack, and narrative that simply goes unrivaled. Few games have had as much of a cultural impact as Skyrim. Released in 2011, this massive open-world RPG lets players explore a vast world, take on dragons, and craft their own epic adventures. With hundreds of hours of content from quest to exploration, it has become the gold standard for open world design. While loved by all, Skyrim's true acclaim comes from its modding community and its status as an endlessly replayable masterpiece, cementing itself as a true 10 out of 10 game. The 2018 reboot of God of War simply raised the bar for what an action game really should be. With its innovative over-the-shoulder combat and heartfelt story about fatherhood, this game delivers an epic journey of brutal battles, rich storytelling, and unforgettable moments. The emotional bond between Kratos and his son Atreus forms the heart of the narrative, making it more than just a hack-and-slash game, but a beautifully crafted narrative. Its sequel in God of War Ragnarok is incredible too, however the original truly set the mark. If you haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2 yet, you're missing out on one of the most immersive open world games ever created. Set in the dying days of the American frontier, you play as Arthur Morgan. The attention to detail in the world building, the rich storyline, the emotional depth of the characters all comes together in a near perfect package. With its stunning landscapes, immersive atmosphere, and intense gameplay, Red Dead Redemption 2 easily earns itself as a 10 out of 10 game. A true RPG masterpiece, The Witcher 3 offers offers a sprawling open world filled with unforgettable quests, deep characters, and immersive storytelling. With its branching narrative, seamless blend of exploration and gripping combat, this game defines what an epic RPG should be. The attention to detail and rich lore make The Witcher 3 a must-play for RPG fans and newcomers alike.